Dear friends, we all know that ever since humans started using fossil fuels, that is, petrol, natural gas, and so on, the temperature of our Earth has been increasing day by day. Our ozone layer is also weakening, and our atmosphere is also slowly being destroyed, as you know. Scientists believe that if this continues, in the coming years, the heat on Earth will increase so much that humans will not be able to tolerate it. In such a situation, we will have to leave Earth, and then we will have to search for a new home for ourselves, meaning a new planet. So friends, although there are currently 8 planets in our solar system, if any planet among those 8 can give us hope for survival, that is planet Mars. Because we have found some things on Mars that prove that life once existed on Mars too. But then something so bad happened to Mars that life on Mars ended, and Mars became a pile of dust. So yes, friends, today's video has been created after studying Mars. In this video, we will uncover some strange secrets of Mars and try to learn as much as possible about Mars. So the video will be very interesting, so keep watching until the end. I am Jack, and you are watching your own channel, World.com. Friends, the story of Mars began 4.5 billion years ago. It is believed that 4.5 billion years ago, gases and dust present in space combined to form a planet which was the fourth from the Sun. Friends, Mars is the second smallest planet in our solar system, which is approximately 270 million kilometers away from our Earth. This means that even if a very fast spacecraft is sent to Mars, it will still take a full 7 months for the spacecraft to reach Mars from Earth. Friends, Mars is also called the red planet because Mars appears red. Ancient Romans believed that this red color of Mars was due to blood and war, because, according to them, their gods fought wars on Mars and shed blood. However, if we look at science, science says that this red color of Mars is due to the soil of Mars, because Mars's soil is red, and the atmosphere there is very dense, which perhaps helps give Mars its red color. Friends, our Earth has only one moon, which looks very beautiful shining at night. But when we talk about Mars, Mars has not one but 2 moons. But friends, the interesting thing is that those 2 moons are not as lovely as Earth's moon. Instead, they are irregular and look very unsightly. One of these moons is named Phobos, and the other is Deimos. Both moons are orbiting Mars, but friends, Phobos are gradually moving towards Mars. It is believed that at some point, Phobos will either collide with Mars and be destroyed, or it will break into small pieces and form a ring around Mars, similar to what is seen around Saturn and Uranus. And friends, as I mentioned, Mars's atmosphere is very dense. Due to its dense atmosphere, Mars experiences the solar system's largest dust storms, which engulf the entire Mars and last for many weeks. And friends, our Earth has an ozone layer that protects us from dangerous radiation coming from the sun. But when we talk about Mars, friends, Mars has no ozone layer, because of which dangerous radiations constantly pour down there. That is, if you take off your spacesuit on Mars, bubbles will form in your blood, causing your immediate death. And now, if we talk about the size of Mars, friends, Mars's size is 6 times smaller than Earth's. That is, 6 Mars-sized planets can fit inside our Earth. And not only that, on Mars we find the largest mountain ranges in the entire solar system, and a mountain on Mars named Olympus Mons is the largest mountain in our solar system, which is 3 times taller than Mount Everest, the world's largest mountain. According to scientists, Olympus Mons was a volcano that erupted once, but then 50 million years ago, immediately after the dinosaurs died, all the volcanoes on Mars also became extinct and ended. So friends, this was the description of Mars, what Mars is like, and what dangers loom over Mars, such as constant radiation pouring down on Mars, the most dangerous dust storms occurring there, and what's more, the average temperature of Mars is -81 degrees Fahrenheit, which is even colder than Antarctica. Now the question is, despite all this, why do humans want to go to Mars? When there are many other large planets in our solar system, then why Mars? So friends, the first reason is that Mars is the planet closest to our Earth. Now you will say that Venus is also close, so why don't we think about Venus? So friends, we don't think about Venus because Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system. Although Mercury is closest to the Sun, Venus's temperature is even higher than Mercury's. Venus's heat is like boiling lava. If a person were to go to Venus, they would boil, which is why we don't think about Venus. And if Jupiter is considered, Jupiter is made of such dangerous gases that landing on it is out of the question. Even flying over it is a great danger. And the planets beyond Jupiter, namely Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, are like balls of ice. So anyway, friends, we cannot think about all these planets. So the last hope we have left is planet Mars. Granted that the environment of Mars is also very dangerous for us, but friends, scientists have found some things on Mars that prove that life can be settled on Mars, such as water. Yes, friends, scientists have found water on Mars, but that water neither emerges from the ground of Mars, nor is there any ocean or anything else. Instead, that water on Mars is frozen on the southern polar caps of Mars. Scientists believe that there is so much water that if it were melted, it would submerge the entire Mars up to 36 feet. Finding water on Mars is no less than a new hope for survival for humans. And moreover, we have also seen dried rivers on Mars, which indicate that water once existed on Mars and flowed in rivers like on Earth. Similarly, many such pieces of evidence have been found on Mars, leading scientists to believe that life once existed on Mars. NASA and SpaceX are intensely studying Mars, and Elon Musk, the owner of SpaceX, has even announced that by the year 2050, he will build a city on Mars where millions of humans will be able to live even without the help of Earth. Seeing the deteriorating condition of Earth, Mars is being studied 24 hours a day. Now, no human can stay there for so long to study Mars extensively, so that is why NASA is studying Mars through robots called rovers. NASA has sent 5 robots to Mars so far, which are called rovers. And out of the 5 rovers that NASA has sent to Mars, 2 rovers have stopped working, but 3 rovers are still working on Mars and studying Mars. These rovers are controlled by NASA laboratory sitting on Earth. And friends, a lot of money is spent on making these rovers. You can estimate this from the cost incurred on NASA's latest rover. In the year 2021, NASA sent its 5th rover to Mars, on which the total expenditure was $2.5 billion. This is because those rovers are built in a room where there is absolutely no dust. They are designed with great cleanliness because they will be sent to a place where there will be no repair station, meaning on Mars. That is why a lot of money is spent on these rovers so that they can last on Mars for many years. After building these rovers, they are packed in a very clean manner. We are studying Mars from Earth, and the time is not far when humans will start living on Mars. Friends, scientists can only guess whether life ever existed on Mars or not. Scientists believe that billions of years ago, a star the size of planet Pluto might have collided with Mars, which would have ended life on Mars. This star must have collided with Mars at the speed of a bullet fired from a gun, and due to its collision, the entire Mars must have boiled like lava. Half of Mars' surface must have flown up into the air, and it must have taken billions of years for Mars to cool down. My dear friends, nothing can be said whether life ever existed on Mars or not, but it is certain that humans will soon establish life on Mars. If I were asked to go to Mars, I would not go. And if you are asked, would you like to go or not, be sure to tell me by commenting. So, with this friends, our video for today ends. I hope you liked this video, so be sure to give it a like, because a lot of research and effort goes into making these videos. And if you want to keep watching such more interesting videos, then subscribe to my channel world.com so that my connection with you remains. Then we will meet in the next video. Until then, goodbye.